2024, coming live to you from the Dymatize beach stage here at Huntington Beach, California. It's day 3 of competition. We'll talk about these sleds here in a minute, but in terms of the overall competition, we got a clean slate and a fresh start after 2 full days and 7 events. It's 4-4, which is as good as 0-0. There are 4 opportunities to take the field of play today for the athletes on Team North America and Team World, and 5 total points available. The first of those is this morning, event number 8, and there's a lot going on here. The graphic we're putting up on the screen on paper is pretty simple, and it's basically a 2-round workout. We'll explain the nuances of how those rounds are gonna work, but they've got 320 drag rope double unders. RX Smart Gear providing those, and the way it's going to work in round 1 is different than it's going to work in round 2, but they will in both rounds be sets of 40 unbroken that will release 1 athlete at a time to proceed into the next part of the workout, which is to move a lot of weight across the sand. Again, we'll talk about the details of how they can do that, the order, etc. shortly, but there's a total of 3,200 pounds of equipment, and then another total of 1,600 pounds, I've been told, of sled dragging. May not be 1,600 pounds, but either way, the sleds will be the last thing that they move in the first round, the first thing that they move in the second round. Here are some details about the flow of this one as the athletes are heading out onto the floor.
Make your way towards the beach stage.
So for the D-balls, they have to be rolled. There are 2 100-pound D-balls and 2 150-pound D-balls. The worms can be moved with any number of people that you want, from 1 to 8 if you choose to. There's 2 312-pound worms and 2 222-pound worms. There's a lot of sandbags, 6 100s. They're all stacked there, the heaviest in the back, lightest in the front. 670s, 660s, 650s, and 440s. That's the totality of the weight that has to be moved across in order to get to the sleds, which will then be waiting on the other side of the floor to be tracked towards us. Team World will be here on the right, and this is an all-hands workout, meaning every single athlete on the team is involved. Women are there on the right: Gracie Walton, Sahara Kaya, Claire Toomey, Emma Tall. We got Anu Olakai, Bjorn Gumunsen, Guy Maeros, and Brent Kukowski for the men. The other side of the floor, all 8 members for Team North America are out here. Pictures for the women: Danielle Brandon, Emily Rolfe, Lexus Raptis, Ariel Lowen, left to right. And in the back there we see Justin Medeiros, Jeff Adler, Dallin Pepper, and Pat Vellner. Male captain off to the right, checking in with one of the head staff here at TYR Wadapalooza. Ultimately, there's a 22-minute time cap on this one, and we have 1 minute until the start.
Athletes and judges, 1 minute.
4 different lengths of drag rope to choose from. There's a small, medium, large, and extra large. And in this first part of the workout, 1 athlete will do 40 unbroken double unders, which will then release an athlete to go and do some work. You can release a male or a female athlete first. Well, that will dictate the order going forward. If you release a male athlete first, they can start moving stuff. But then the second athlete release must be female, and it will alternate male, female the entire time. Once an athlete is released to start moving stuff, they are not allowed to go back and help with the double unders. If someone starts failing on double unders, they can pull in someone else as long as they haven't been released. And obviously the last athlete to be released must do their own set of 40 unbroken drag rope double unders before joining the rest of their team in moving the equipment across the floor. In the second round, that will change, and each athlete will have to do 40 unbroken drag rope double unders on their own to release themselves, again alternating in a male-female pattern. So when we get to that point of the event, you'll see that if there is one athlete who, for whatever reason, starts struggling, that the whole thing can come tumbling down. So while there's a massive amount of teamwork that has to be implored to do this well. 10 seconds to the start. The individual nature of those double unders in round 2 is a very real thing. 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
Emily Rolfe and Tia Claire Toomey are going to be the first 2 athletes to start in on the double unders. And once again, we pulled some stats for you guys. And Emily Rolfe, her stats would not have been the choice here. So it's interesting to see that. Tia Claire Toomey absolutely would have been. She has won a total of 15 workouts in her career with either double unders or heavy double unders in them. And her proficiency rate on heavy double under movements is 100%, meaning she's always finishes. Okay, a little miscommunication there. Emily did the 40, but she released Dallin. Tia released Brent. So different strategies off the gate. Brent rolling the D-ball. Dallin took a double sandbag down to the end.
Down to the opposite side.
Jeff Adler moved forward. Emily Rolfe is going to be next. Tia Claire Toomey moved off to the side. Bjorgen Karl Gudmundsson doing the second set. Judge says good for Adler. And so you see that it's going to be a waterfall sort of strategy for Team North America, while Team World, Emma Tall is now working.
And strategy is
a lot going on here.
Our athletes moving those objects.
Gracie Walton and Ariel Lowen on the double unders now. This is the third set of 40. They have to get to 320 total. That's 8 sets of 40 unbroken. And now Ariel will wait, and Adler will join Dallin and Emily. And Emily Rolfe and Brent Bukowski continuing to roll D-balls. Emma Tall rolling a D-ball as well, and she's doing it with a more efficient technique. Look at Aniol over here. He's pulling it. That's what Aniol was doing. If you check Emily Rolfe, she's pushing it on her knees, and it looks to be a slower strategy. I wonder if anyone on their team will see this. And right away, there's Ariel Lowen using a different strategy. Tia Claire Toomey has been released. Ariel Lowen, Jeff Adler, Aniola Kai is rolling D-ball. Grace Walton running with a sandbag, or excuse me, Emma Tall running with a sandbag. Double unders now for Sahar Kaya and Alexis Raptis. Again, these must be 40 unbroken every round in order to release an athlete. And the athletes have to release male, female.
With a sandbag on his shoulders. As Walton and
Wellner just communicating to Alexis there that he will be the one to release her. And then I believe that directions coming from Danielle Brandon there. Hit the ball next. Emma Tall, double sandbag here on the other side. Aniola Kai doing the same. Kowski jogging back, Adler jogging back. Sandbags up for some of the women from North America. They're going to shoulder one of the heavy ones and carry. Oh, Vellner helping load Rolfe, but not helping load Raptis there, so she'll go for 1. These little details could end up again. We really don't know how close it's going to end up being. Danielle Brandon
rolling that heavy D-ball. Adler driving off some sandbags, but
releases Dallin, so she's going to be the last one here, which means she'll have to do another set of 40. Sarah Kaya will be last for Team World. She'll have to do another set of 40. She took a break between the 2 sets that she did. So this will be the last 40 double unders for both teams. They started within 1 rep of each other. And we see Team World with 2 worms moving across the floor. No worms moving from North America yet. We have Adler, Medeiros, and Rolfe, and now coming to the worm. They don't, and Adler's gonna shoulder it on his own. Okay. Didn't see that coming. See if he gets it across.
312 pounds, 2 of them 222 pounds.
And Dallin Pepper. Now these worms weigh different weights. I think the one Adler took is the 312-pound. Dallin may have the 222 pounds. And Team World responding. Bukowski shouldering one over there as well. It's a mad dash to get things across the field. This is the last worm that needs to go across. Calling on audible here. They're going to go for 3. This is the last piece of equipment for North America. And then they'll start in on the sleds.
Alpaca sleds.
Team World has fallen behind here.
And North America, the first team to get
So sleds are off.
And now North America.
Dallin and Alexis. And if we look across the floor, Team World is still working. They're going to see on the left their last sled. 3 of the guys shouldering, or worms shouldering and coming across. We have 4 sleds to move, and we have 4 pairings here. It's a male-male pairing of Vellner and Medeiros, Pepper and Raptus, Adler's with DB, and then Ariel and Emily Rolfe. Once they get the sleds across, they're going to start in on the second round of double unders. Just put the workout back up there for you. I know there's a lot going on. Let's check in on Team World here, and then we'll get back with the double unders for Team North America. In round 2, sorry about this zooms there. In round 2, you must each do 40 unbroken double unders to release yourself. Tia and Seher Kaya, it's 2 female pairings and 2 male pairings over here. Grace Walton and Emma Tall up in the front with Gian Agnol, Bjorgvin, and Brent Fikowski here at the back. North America has Dallin Pepper doing double unders on the left side of your screen. He's done 40, and he can head to a sled. Now, will he start to move that sled on his own? We remain to see that. And slow going here for Team World, who's falling further and further behind. And Dallin is shouldering the load on his own across the field of play from us.
Back into the mix with North America with a heavy lead.
That is a heavy sled pull, and he's looking over his shoulder like, Emily, let's go.
About a 50-second lead.
Emily Rolfe will go join him. Guy Eros going first for Team World, and Guy Eros, known obviously for specific things, but he has been a huge asset for Team World as they battle this weekend. I think he is definitely a candidate for MVP voting if you're participating in that. Adler going to be third for Team North America, and Emma Toll is going to be first for Team World. Now, Guy Eros choosing a different strategy than Pepper. Since he's out here on his own, he went for the lighter sled instead of the heavier sled. He's pulling it, facing it, rather than putting it over his shoulder and walking with it. But I think he's more or less just waiting for Emma Tall to come and join him, and here she comes. Fikowski and Ariel Lowen up now. Ariel is the 4th athlete for Team North America. Fikowski the 3rd for Team World. And he has no shoes on, by the way.
And here comes Ariel Lowen. Look at the
Not sure where his shoes ended up going.
Who's moved to that sled all by himself.
Doing them in socks. Jeff Adler is absolute savage on his on-object movements. Fikowski will come and join. Let's see where he goes. We'll try to keep the double unders in mind here. Team World's best hope is that someone in North America starts struggling on those double unders. Justin Medeiros is up now, Tia Toomey as well. And here's a nice steady movement. Of course, intentional breathing for Brent Fikowski. Other side of the floor, Justin Medeiros getting the sled over his shoulders. Those are the lighter ones, and that's the last one. You have to do the sleds first. He says, Brent, I'm here and I'll help you.
North America.
Nope, it's going to be Emma and E. No, they're going to switch it out again. So a little bit miscommunication there. Alexis Raptis is clear. She's going to jog across the floor because they're going to start moving the rest of the equipment. So Tia and Emma Tall, Brent Fikowski and Guy Eros released for Team World. And on the other side of the floor, Team North America leading, and Jeff Adler shouldering another load here. He's got 2 of the sandbags up. Pepper with 2 sandbags up. Rolfe goes back to a D-ball roll, same style we saw her use in round 1. Medeiros flings the sandbag up onto his shoulder as Ariel Lowen sets off on a D-ball roll. So they're having a lot of the women roll the D-balls, and Pat looks like he's going to jump in for the men here with probably one of the heavier ones. 2 different styles of rolling, and Emily Rolfe has changed hers here. Adler jogging back through the sand. And there it looks like they're saving the worms for the end. We're at the 9:30 mark. If it were to go to a time cap situation, it would be the total weight moved, and obviously moving the worms would be a big advantage there. But if you know you're going to beat the time cap, then why not do what worked in round number 1? Danielle taking the last D-ball. Pepper and Alexis looking at each other. Looks like they're going to go for some sandbags. Team World final athlete, Seher Kaya, on the double unders again. And then she'll be released to join the rest of her team in the last part of this one, which is the equipment move. Pepper shouldering 2 more sandbags. DB still rolling. Alexis Raptis, one in the bottom position, one on the shoulders. Brent Fikowski, he has shouldered a worm all by himself again, doing everything he can for his team. There is Medeiros with 2 sandbags. Adler's coming back, waiting to see if he's going to go for those worms again. D-balls are all moving for Team World. Guimaraes, Bjorgen Karl Gudmundsson, Emma Tall, and Tia Claire Toomey on those. Sandbags for Kaya on the right side of your screen. Adler with 2 more sandbags. Vellner shoulders one of the 100 pounds. That looks like he's going to grab either a 40 or 50 and fling it up with one arm. No worms have moved yet for Team North America. 1 worm has moved for Team World. The sleds are all behind them. And I don't know at this point if Team World can make anything up. The opportunity for someone to screw it up was on the jump rope, and that didn't happen for North America. Dallin abandoning some sandbags there, I think realizing that it's time to start getting the worms moving. And if they're perceptive here of how much in the lead they are, they don't need single athletes to move these. 3 at a time should get the job done. 2 at a time, even better. 3 to get it to the shoulder, 2 to carry it across. So Pepper and Medeiros will carry. Rolf takes another sandbag. Adler debating between some sandbags there. Vellner saying, "You sure we don't want to get those worms?" Adler says, "Yeah, that might be a good idea, Pat. Leave some of the sandbags maybe for the women." Fikowski shoulders only 1 sandbag there. BKG looks like he's going to go for 2. Emma Tall, Aniola Kai, Grace Walton coming back. Adler says, "Help me get it on my shoulders. I'll take it across the floor again." Jeff Adler, another athlete who has absolutely thrown his name in the ring in terms of MVP voting. Clearly on the running implements. His weightlifting didn't get the team a point, but he lifted some serious weight, and man, has he been impressive this morning. Here comes DB and Alexis as some of the girls help shoulder worm for Vellner. He looks pretty stable under it, and it's getting close. We're just past the 12:20 mark, and Team North America is closing in on a win. Last implements are moving for Team North America. Emily Rolfe in the lead here. Medeiros shouldering a worm. Pepper passes him by. Lowen just keeping Medeiros company. But once Justin Medeiros gets this worm across the finish line, it's going to be North America doing it once again, setting the tone on day 3, reclaiming the lead from Team World, and they'll have a 1-point advantage heading in to the night's events on the Tier Pier stage. Team North America takes event number 8 here at the Dymatize Beach stage Sunday morning from Huntington Beach. Stay with them for a minute here. See some of the teamwork, camaraderie. This has been a focal point of the competition off the stage. Field of play for both of the teams. We'll get the announcement and celebrate there. And might see if we can catch up with one of them here in a minute. We'll let them sort things out. Let's listen to Jeff, actually.
Your team, I think, actually threw it on your back by yourself. What was the strategy where you're like, hey, let's just see if we can do it one at a time?
That's 2 less strips. Just throwing it in carry. I mean, we're strong boys. We can do it.
I heard that. So on the final round of worms, everybody got a piece of the action. Alexis, I like the technique. I think everybody saw that. What was the idea behind the shoulder carry?
Just less trips coming back. And was like, grab as many sandbags as you can, so I just loaded them up and do my part.
I definitely think an individual effort from everybody, but it proved a team victory here for Team North America. A 4-3. Let's hear it for Team North America. I think I got that score wrong. It's up 5-4 now. It's a 1-point advantage.
Down. You got a minute?
2 more events to go today.
Hold this a couple inches from.
Yeah.
Obviously, a huge team element of this. Was there anyone on your team that took the lead in terms of strategy?
Honestly, we're pretty blessed to have Adam Knifer back there, most experienced team athlete ever, I think. So between him, Pat, Justin, we're all throwing ideas, but we just kind of let Pat take the lead. And he was delayed, like being released, so he was just telling us what to do while he could, and then we had a big enough lead that it was just keep picking up objects. And the single man worm did really well. Like, that was our plan the whole time. I think they adjusted, but yeah, it was good. Yeah.
They got lucky again.
Again, we just keep getting lucky. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was the difference. Just gaining a couple seconds and no mistakes on the jump rope.
Yeah, I think we crushed it. It was great. Me and Emily are gonna go recover and go take another point.
All right, love to hear it. Thanks, Down.
You want some swag? You want
Down,
some swag right here?
Taking the time to talk to us there. Appreciate the insights. As always, that'll do it for the beach stage this weekend for the Tier Cup. 3 more events, 4 more points available tonight. Over on the Tier Pier stage, we have a pre-show with Peter White. Reps Ahead will be back this afternoon. The women will be on the center stage. And then the Tier Cup, Team World versus Team North America will be finishing out 2 events, and then an unknown final. 2 points on the line for the captains. Make sure to tune in for Sean Warren, Chase Singer, and Bella Martin and the crew. We'll see you guys this afternoon on the Tier Pier stage.
All right, we're going to be back on this main beach stage with some more teams live and taking over.